Hello everyone, I am back with another curriculum video for you. If you are new here, my name is Shannon. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am a homeschool mom of 8 children. They range in age from, let's see, how old is my daughter? She's 19. They range in age from 19 all the way down to 6, and this year in our homeschool we will have 7 students. So my oldest daughter is married, moved out of the house, graduated a few years ago. But I have an 11th grader, a 9th grader, a 7th grader, 6th grader, 5th grader, 3rd grader, and 1st grader. So we've got a huge range of kids. I have already filmed a video for 11th grade curriculum hall. It's in one of these corners, and also for my 9th grader's curriculum that he is doing this year. So in this video today, I wanted to share with you my 7th grader and my 6th grader, and then I'll also have a separate video for the elementary aged children. So for my 7th grader, I gave her the option of joining us to do group work, which is basically Bible time and history. She chose to do her own school. She wants to do everything independently. She doesn't want to join us, which is fine. She doesn't want to have to wait for us. They eventually get to that age where they don't want to have to wait around to get school done. When they're capable of doing it themselves, they like to just go off and be able to get it done and not wait for everyone else. So that's fine. She's gonna do that. So let me show you what she's doing. And actually, as I'm filming this, I just am realizing that I don't necessarily have a Bible curriculum picked out for her for this year. So I'm gonna have to think about that and see what I come up with for her. I think my original plan was to have her sit in with my high school boys while we go through Foundations of Faith. And I just don't know if that's going to work. I kind of think she needs something on her own to work through. So I'm gonna have to come up with something for that, but I will let you know what that is. But let's start with her history. This year for history, she will be using World Story 1 from Master Books. And along with this book, I do have this on audio, and she does prefer to listen while she's reading, so she'll probably do the audio version while she's reading the textbook. She will also be using the workbook, the teacher's guide. I have this on PDF, and I printed it off for her to use. So that will be her history. I gave her a few books here that she can choose to read. The first one is The Golden Goblet. I think these go along with her time period fairly well. Boy of the Pyramids. And then this is one of my favorite books, Twice Freed. I love this book. I think it's a wonderful book, and I think she would enjoy it as well. So she can read through those with her. She loves to read, and she's one of my kids that loves to read. Not all of them do. Actually, I only have 2 so far that love to read out of all 8 of them. But she is one of them, so she probably will choose to read these books. For her science this year, she will be using Language Lessons for a Living Education 7 from Master Books. I have the PDF, so I don't have the front of the book, but this is just 1 week's worth of work in a packet. I shared in my 9th graders video that I like to print the PDF because I buy them on PDF. Master Books does that, saves me a ton of money. I print the first 18 weeks before we begin school, and then I just am stapling them together 1 week at a time. And this feels a bit less overwhelming when you just have one packet of work to work on rather than a big thick book to have to work through. So we've got lots of little packets, and they just take one a week and work on it, and then I will help them with that, or I will grade it for them. But along with the language lessons, they use God's story. This is it accompanies the language lessons. They will use it, read through it as part of their assignments and some of their copy work and that kind of stuff. So that's her language. For her math, we use CTC Math online. We used to use Math Lessons for Living Education for a lot of years, and I got to the point that I couldn't keep up with grading all of the math books. So last year we switched to an online math program. We have enjoyed it, and it's been pretty good so far. It will be up in October, and I don't know if we'll keep going with that or if we'll switch to something else, but I do like CTC Math. They keep track of everything for me. I don't have to grade. I don't have to keep track of grades. I don't have to score anything. I don't have to make sure they're doing their lessons. It tells me all of that stuff. So we may just keep using it. Every time I talk about it, I'm like, why would I switch? It's wonderful. So anyway, she's going to be doing CTC math for her math this year. And then her science will be the same as my 9th grader science, and she will be taking the class at co-op. So it is the General Science 1, Survey of Earth and Sky. This is also from Master Books. She will use the teacher's guide, and then the books that go with that are the ocean book and the mineral book and the weather book and the new astronomy book. So they get to study all 4 of these topics in science this year, which I think is pretty cool. And these books are beautiful. They have lots of beautiful illustrations. They're not super wordy, and so I think that will go well for her. All right, so that is it for her curriculum for this year. Real basic. Again, I'm trying not to overdo it. 4 main subjects: math, history, science, language arts. We're gonna figure out something for Bible. I'm sure I've got something she can do. She reads her Bible every day. Will be doing God's story. She might sit in with us and do the Bible with the elementary age children. I kind of think I might have her do that, actually. And part of that is reading the story of Jesus's people. I also have this little book, Sammy and His Shepherd, Seeing Jesus in Psalm 23, that we might work our way through. And we're also going to do a bit of church history, ABC, Reformation, ABC. And so I might just have her sit in with us and learn along with us as we do those things. But that's all for my 7th grader. My 6th grader, I'm going to show you her everything except for her history. So for her science, she also will be using the General Science from Master Books. Let me dig it out of here. I had my piles all organized and I'm making a mess of them. So she'll be using the General Science from Master Books, as well as reading through those 4 books. For her language arts, she will be using the second half of Language Lessons Level 5. She completed through the first half last year. So again, I printed 1 packet, 1 week's worth at a time. And with this packet, she will be reading through God's story as well. And then for her math, she'll be doing CTC math. And then for her history and her Bible time, she will be joining me and the younger kids at the table. I gave her the option of doing her work all on her own or doing it with her older sister. She would be doing World Story 1. She chose to continue to be at the table and do family style learning, which I think is fantastic. She is not ready to go out on her own yet, and I will keep her at the table as long as I can. So she's going to join us. So if you want to see what she's doing for history, geography, make sure you check out my video either here, or look forward to it for the elementary curriculum that we chose for this year. And you know what? I just thought of one more thing that my 7th grader is doing that I don't have in her pile yet. So I need to find that because she will be completing that. Let me grab that down real quick. Okay, I found it. So along with the World Story 1 history curriculum, she is going to be doing a child's geography, Explore the Holy Land. I have read that this level of the geography goes really well with World Story 1. And when I was reading through the sample, it just sounded so fun. So she's going to read through that. I've got her work also. I printed off the book and then I stapled those together, 1 week of work at a time for her. I'm going to put all her little packets in a folder for her so that she has everything in her one little folder. And then each week when she completes her work, she can come into the schoolroom. And I've got everything organized here in my little file folder thing. But she can, like, this is her, it says, right here it says Kyla Geography. So this is all her geography. So she can put the old packet in the finished folder out there so that I can grade it, and then she can move on and grab the next packet. Same with her language lessons here, language lesson 7, 5, math, language lessons. So I've got it all organized in here, and that way she can come get what she needs once she completes her 1 week's worth of work. So that is for my 7th grader. and for my 6th grader. Make sure you check out the elementary curriculum video to see what my 6th grader and all the elementary kids are doing for their history and geography this year. But thank you for watching. Please leave any comments, questions down in the description box. Also, I have a link in my description box, an affiliate link for Masterbook. So if you're interested in any of these curriculums or you want to check Masterbooks out, make sure you use my link to do that. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.